Happy Thursday, guys. Happy Thursday. Good evening. Good evening, guys. Happy Thursday. I'm your girl, Finance Muslima. I am a licensed life insurance agent in the states of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Connecticut, Georgia. I'm your financial coach. I'm all things mindset and money. I'm back again. I'm back again. I told you guys we on this streak. I'm on this streak for February. I'm doing 20 days live out of 28. Because you guys are loving this content so much, I'm going to keep going and keep going. The feedback has been amazing. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I am your financial coach. I'm your licensed life insurance agent. I'm all things mindset and money. Mental health, yes, super important. The money is going to come. Mindset, health, super, 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 super important. I am a speaker. I'm an author. I am all things positive. I vibrate on a lot of high energy that's not for everybody. Good evening, beautiful Rose. Good evening. How are you? I'm getting ready to say good morning because I'm so used to being on live in the morning. This nighttime is not my night. I'm not nighttime, but that's the thing. Good evening. Good evening, Creative K. So that's like, okay, so I'm going to say, speak that personally on me, what I always say, right? Speak things to existence. Don't say nighttime is not my thing. Anytime I'm in the mood or I'm feeling right, it's my time. If you guys missed the post, the share, the mindset and money game planners are back available. They're available. It's a couple of you guys that's online that have ordered yours. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I hope you're utilizing them. I just got off of a Zoom. Thanks to Miss Copeland for saying that she really loved the custom layout of the financial planners. I've been getting that a lot. I'm so grateful and thankful because I was a little sketchy putting it out there to the universe, but it's working for people, and that's a good thing. Getting past the fear, and it's definitely been a help for people. That was the goal. If you missed it, the post I've been sharing or the announcement, this is Black History Month. Um, all this month, I'm continuing the 50% off of financial planning. This month's theme is financial planning, all in a nutshell. Why? Because we're still in COVID and mental health, and the finance issue is hard, and it's a lot going on for a lot of people facing a lot of various different things in their life, from furloughs to business sales going down to personal things at home, divorces, breakups, all of these things due to finance. So this month is for financial planning. People want to get into budgeting, they want to invest. People who have all these big dreams and goals and things they want to do. Guys, it start with financial planning. So tonight I'm going to talk about exchanging time for money. I share with you guys some things of exchanging time for money, just keeping the interest and putting some stuff out there. And we were talking about it. It was a discussion. So exchanging time for money. That's really a thing. That's what we do when we go to work for somebody else. We're exchanging our time for the money. It's a huge difference in earnings versus residual income or passive income and things like that. So I'm going to give y'all the definition of that before I go into the 7 steps. So earnings is what you see on your pay stub when you go to work and you get paid bi-weekly or every week or once a month, right? You see your earnings, your wages, your tax deductions, and so forth. Earnings is what you earned if you worked 8 hours a day, and then you worked 8 hours for 5 days a week. That's 40 hours. If you worked 40 hours on the job, your earnings is whatever your hourly pay was. That's what you earned to go to that facility and exchange some type of labor in your time to build their company some money, and you gain earnings to pay your bills, to feed your children, to leverage your household, whatever you need it for. That's earnings. You earned the money. When you get into passive income and residual income, we heard the word residual. a lot through like artists and different things like that. They would create a song. Like if Rick Ross did a song with somebody else, and whoever produced it or whoever the case may be on the back end of wherever the song came from. So if Rihanna wrote a song for, I don't know, Rick Ross and somebody else, right? Whoever wrote that song, or let's say The Dream. He's a very talented music writer, a songwriter. I meant, and Neo as well. He's written music for Beyonce, Rihanna, all these people, and Justin Bieber. So they get residuals off a lot of things, whether it be um, different big companies, right? They receive residuals. Residuals, passive income is doing one thing and getting paid for the rest of your life. It's doing one residual and passive income, doing one thing, writing one song, and getting paid for the rest of your life. So you might do one service and you might charge a flat rate up front. If you write a song, for instance, you might get 200,000 for that song up front. If Beyonce goes and sings this song that The Dream has wrote for her, he wanted 200,000, he got 200,000. She gets in the studio and sings it and transform it into, what's for her. You know how much millions she make off of the 200,000 that she gladly paid him for that song? Now she's going to get residuals off of that song. It's considered to be her song. Like, even though he wrote it, he collected what was his for it. So just trying to give you guys an example of earnings versus residual and passive income. And the reason for the conversation is to help shift and get us in the mindset of starting to do things that create us passive and residual income, versus just knowing how to exchange time for money and just simply walk away with earnings, because you'll forever have to keep earning, right? So there's nothing wrong with having a job. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that if you do have a job and build a business, there's nothing wrong with that. You know how to leverage and do what you need to do, because you don't supposed to jump out there into the business or entrepreneurship world and you're not ready, or you don't have the balanced income to provide for your household anyways, right? So always, always, always keep your leverage, but have in the back of your mind the importance of that passive income and that residual income. It's very, very important, guys. It is, because this is the thing. We're living in a rough time. Our economic system, our economic, system right now, and the way this world is, it's going like this. We don't have no stability. We don't have no stability or security in jobs. The one we have, we've been there for a long time. Thank God I've been there for years. Da da da. I didn't keep my job. You may be in a recession-proof job where they'll forever need you healthcare or whatever the case may be. That's cool. But if you get too comfortable and you don't learn new skill sets and you don't know how to do other things that create passive income or things that will help get you some residual income, then all you'll know how to do is exchange time for money and create earnings. And then you'll forever have to keep going back, or you'll stay stagnant there and they need you because that's the only way you know how to generate income. And there's so many more ways to generate income besides that. So we want to shy away from, we want to block out. The thing is to learn, block out and unlearn all of the things that we've been told for so long. Like we was raised, we saw our parents work really hard with what they had and make things happen. Good, awesome, because that's how I learned too. So we know how to make do with what we have, but we want to get into this space where we're not okay with it. Like, okay, yeah, that's good. I know how to maintain when we get into a struggle, or if need be, when the money is low and all of that. But what are we doing outside of that to make sure, like, we don't want to stay stagnant. We shouldn't want to stay stagnant to where's the, okay, I know how to make things happen. I'm gonna just keep doing what I know how to do, and we'll stay here. If we don't never grow, then we'll forever stay stagnant, and you crippling yourself from so much opportunity and so many things that's out here for you to grasp. It's Black History Month. Our ancestors didn't have nearly as much opportunity as we have now, and yet we still find a way to complain or say that we don't have time for stuff, but yet we have time for all other things that's not giving us nothing in return. Exchanging time for money. I want to give you guys 7 steps. If you're online and you have a notebook and a pen, I'm going to give you guys some really good things, so you should write them down. 7 steps to help you get the shift of knowing only how to exchange time for money. Good evening, Mrs. Y Closet. How are you? So the first thing would be definitely mindset. So in order for you to shift the mindset of only knowing how to earn money and exchange time for money in that aspect, it's a mindset thing, because that's all you know. So that's when it goes back to, again, and I'm always talking about that, the unlearning process of stuff. When we once we unlearn what we saw our parents do, what we were told to do, what society and everybody around us is doing, once you unlearn a lot of things that you just been doing for the last 20 years, and you know why? Because I saw, that's how I was raised, or whatever the case may be, was enough to get by, but it wasn't enough. Like, it's so much more to life than that, than to just keep yourself stagnant. So the first thing to this would be the mindset. You have to shift the mindset. And whatever way possible you need to do it, you need to shift the mindset. Shift the mindset. Get into thinking bigger. I was just on the Zoom call. I expressed that blackout space that I always talk to you guys about, finding your blackout space where you sit down and you have a book, or you have your journal and different things where you're writing your goals and stuff in, and you could dream big. And when I say that, and when you writing out your dreams and goals, and you getting slowly creating habits to help shift the mindset, when we writing this stuff to visualize it and attack it, we're not limiting things. So, oh, I only get paid $15 an hour, and I know I'm not going to have enough money to get my dream car I want. The note will be too high. I can't afford it. I already know that with my, the income I make, I ain't going to be able to get that. That's downplaying yourself right there from the gate. You downplaying yourself, you downplaying your capability, you downplaying God and everything, because what you're supposed to do is step out there and shift the mindset and start telling yourself, I can get my dream car. I can have this Maserati. I can afford a Maserati, the payment on it every month, because I'm working hard. I'm aligned with abundance. My bank account is going to overflow. My business is going to do very well this month. You got to start speaking it and feeling it in order for you to really shift the mindset. So that's a huge part of it, because if you can't get past the shifting of the mindset thing, it don't matter if you come across $1 million, you're not going to do right by it. So if you go from $0 to $1 million, you're not going to do right by it. Why? Because you wanted to skip the prior steps. You don't want to stick to your budget because you feel that's living too frugal. Oh, I work too hard. I ain't taking everything away from myself. You never discipline yourself down the way. So you can have a $20 in your bank account and run into $1 million check and still not do it right, because you don't know how and you're not disciplined, and you're going to be at $0 again. The $1 million is going to be gone because you're not going to know how to put it back to work for you. All you're going to be focusing on doing is passing it to another hand, getting it and passing it to somebody else, spending. Instead of saying half of this $1 million is going to invest in somewhere, because I don't want to work hard as I used to work. I want to spend half of this $1 million and multiply it and put it in some type of investment. So now 3 to 6 months later, it's going to forever start to pay me back every month at the first of the month. When I'm like, oh, it's the first of the month, rent is due again. That means we need to generate more income at the first of the month to drive more income to you at the first of the month, or whatever, the end of the month. So we won't get this anxiety thing, or like, oh God, I gotta pay all these bills again. Yeah, and until you die. That's what you have to do. until you differ and learn how to practice different things so that you're happy when the first of the month comes because you're like, guess what? I leverage OPM, other people's money. Now I'm going to be getting other people's money at the first of the month. So I'm happy it's the first of the month. People own real estate. They have buildings, they're collecting rent and all of these things, right? They happy it's the first of the month. You have a lot of people that's happy when it's the first of the month because they're collecting instead of being mad it's the first of the month because you're paying out so much. Or, just be happy it's Friday. You did an email campaign, you're having a Flash Friday sale, whatever the case may be, right? You're going to drive a lot of traffic to your website and get crazy money. Be happy that it's that day. So learn how to leverage OPM, leverage other people's money. The second thing you can do is build your expertise and authority. What are your strengths and what are your values? Knowing what you're good at and not focusing on the things that you're not good at. I personally learned to do that. So what I would do is have my assistant or have some help do the things that is not my strongest areas. And I would strictly tap down and focus on the things that is my strengths. When it comes to dealing with people, being in financial services, I love to help my people. I love one-on-ones, right? I'm the person, like, put me in front of who needs the help. Put me in front in front of the table and let me close the deal. Like that's what I love to do. That's my strengths, right? I can get the point across. But other areas in business is not my area. Everything is not my area, and that's okay. But you have to admit and you have to know what your weak areas are and what your strong areas are. And we take up a lot of time sometimes trying to figure out the things that we're not so good at. We study focusing on when I first 2017 when I got licensed in insurance in North Carolina. You're trying to build your clientele up, you want to get sales, all of these things, right? So if you work for a company and if you don't have leads, you have to create your own leads, or if you buy leads, you have to get the leads and make phone calls, right? I used to always tell myself, like, I'm not good at phone calls. I can't do phone calls. I don't like wholesale phone calls, right? I kept telling myself that until I kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And then I would get better at it. The more phone calls I would do, when you start to get results, you really gain confidence. You get better at stuff when you start to get results. That's really true. So if you get one person out of 10 people to agree to an appointment and you go and try to help them, right? That's a little bit of, you gained a little bit of confidence. Now I'm happy. I can smile like, gosh, I really got something good going here, right? And then it gives you more confidence. And then now I'm so hungry and I'm driven. Now I want to see what else I can do. I want to chase more results. So, and then that ended up being something I became good at, phone calls. Now I love to make phone calls. I have a problem with phone calls or being one-on-one in person. I'm like, whatever, just give me the work, right? So I used to always downplay and say, that's not my good area. I would have help to make phone calls, or I would pay people to help me make phone calls, and then I would just be the one that actually run the appointment. So you have to learn and keep getting uncomfortable. And the only way you're going to do that if it's something that you really love. You have to be really passionate to be able to keep putting yourself on the forefront. So whatever industry you may be in, you may do hair, right? And you may say, I love to style wigs. I love to do lace fronts, things like that. But focusing on healthy hair care, you might be like, that's not my strongest point, which is good. It's not your strongest point. So guess what? Let's not waste time and focus on it. That's what we have an assistant there or shampoo girl, right? They shampoo girls and they braid your hair down, take care of your scalp and your edges, make sure everything's good, and they prepare you to sit with the professional. It's the same thing. The professional is going to be the person who does your hair and give you that style that you want, talk to you, connect with you, and make you look beautiful. So they're preparing you for that. So there's nothing wrong with just focusing on your strengths. Focus on your strengths, focus on your strengths, focus on your strengths, and not your weaknesses. The number three would be 10 times the value of the time. So so I can relate this to this. So instead of saying, um, I'll get 10 clients and charge them $2 an hour. Why not up yourself and say, I'll find two clients that I can charge $20, if that makes sense. So instead of doing it the long drawn out way and find 10 people that you can help for $2 an hour, why not say let's just find two people and let's start at $20 an hour? So it's kind of like knowing how to set the bar on yourself, knowing how to set the bar. So if you are a person, if you bake, okay, I can relate to this one because I love to bake. I used to bake, right? So if you are a person that bake cakes, instead of you saying, I'll charge, okay, so instead of saying, I got 20, so instead of saying, okay, I'll sell you 20 cupcakes for $5 each, 20 times 5 is what? $100. Why not just say, I'll make you this cake, and you could feed the same amount of people, you could get the same flavor you want, you could get the same buttercream icing, you could get the same design, the same theme that you wanted as the cupcakes, and charge that person 150 or 175. So instead of doing 20 cupcakes for $5 each, it's like a psychology thing because you're really not you may be doing a little bit more work to a certain extent, but you're getting compensated for it because in our reality, you know that you're charging more, but you're making the customer feel you're going way more above and beyond because they're like, oh, I can get a cake instead of cupcakes, but they're not even realizing the price that you just put on it. So it's kind of like a psychology thing. And then next thing would be to focus on creating a product, apps, memberships, trainings, ebooks. So a thing that will help you shift a little bit out of trading time for money and start to create products that will you can get paid for every month off your website. Invoices automatically paid from people accounts. You can create a product that people need. Find something that people need and provide it. So you may say digital products is a huge thing, right? You might find out a way where people can some type of service that people can do for children that are doing homeschool. That homeschool is a huge thing right now. You may figure something out that can help parents out from home to help their children because a lot of parents are working from home as well. Figure something out. Turn it into an ebook. Sell the ebook for however much you want. It has to be valuable though. You can sell it something as simple as that, $20 or $30, $25. It's an ebook. Do it digital. One click of a button, they can make a purchase. It'll go to their email. They can download it and read it and have access to it whenever they want. People love to pay for convenience. They love to pay for what can help them. It's something as simple as that. Go on Canva, go on there's all kinds of apps where you can go sit and create some content and make something that you can forever get people to purchase and buy from you as simple as an ebook. It's really simple. I turned so I got a design guide to create a really dope ebook for me. I don't know if you guys, but it's really old. I've done it like I don't know, maybe over 2 years ago. It might be 2 years old now. Secret Struggles of Budgeting. And all I did was give him content of stuff that I had written down that was things that I struggle with, or sticking to a budget, or small things in a budget that made a huge difference. And they were game changer points. And I just wrote all of that out, had a nice layout, gave him all of the content. And the Even at Discounting Divas, and he made it into an ebook. He gave it a great design. It had some really flashy colors. It had a really nice look to it. It had interactive sections for people that purchased it, and it had some really good, some valuable stuff in it. I think I charged $20 for that ebook, and 2 years later, now today, it's still a thing that sells off my website. Why? Because people budget for 2 to 3 weeks. They might budget for 1 month. Life start happening, things is going on, and they just simply get sidetracked. Or they like, gosh, I slipped off of my game plan this week, or I got sidetracked and start doing things, financially I wasn't supposed to do. You just go back to the drawing board. So that ebook was something that forever, $20. I just leave it at $20. Like, it's a really good, valuable asset for people. Learn how to create a product that people can use is something that people will forever need. Physical books. You have to invest in yourself in a physical book. Get it made, designed, edited. It's a lot of things you got to do for a physical book, and it's not hard at all. Not shying away from physical products. I created my first physical product, and now I'm in love with it. I'm working on creating another physical product. I love physical products. When it comes to physical products, you have to deal with shipping. All of these things come into play with those. But the digital products, people love digital products. Anything they could click on and have access to it when they want to, they love. People buy it because I know this, right? I've bought digital products from people and probably didn't even get into it until a month later, or probably didn't even really use it. It might have been something I just bought to support someone else or something like that, but it might have been, not necessarily something for me. Like, I've bought digital products about marketing, different stuff like that, and I've gave it away to people because it might be something I already know. So digital products is a win-win-win-win. Ebook is a win-win-win. Find something that people would love to know. If you ever started a business from scratch with something that you might think is easy, but it's stuff don't really be easy for other people. A lot of you guys don't do this because y'all don't want to share game. That's why y'all shy away from it, because y'all refuse to share game. Y'all don't like to share game. But I'm gonna tell y'all, sharing game is the way to win, and I've been doing it for 2 years, so I know. The next thing would be to have automated systems, automate everything, automated emails, automate webinars, automate some trainings, have an automated funnel, have automated posts and different ads on social media. That stuff will forever create you some income. And I'm gonna tell you how. Sometimes I might forget that I got a Facebook or Instagram ad running, because I might pay for the ad to run for 20, 30 days, 15 days, 10 days. Sometimes I might forget because I run them on Facebook and Instagram, right? Sometimes I might forget, and then certain days I might wake up and I'm like, yo, my website hit the lid, these last week. Like, what's been going on? And I go back and I look at the analytics, and I could see where the purchases was coming from, what platform, whether it was a mobile or desktop, what time of the day the purchases are being made. All these things you can find out, so you can know how and when to hit the people that want your stuff. So having things on automation is a huge deal. I didn't understand how important it was to have scheduled emails on automated, because a lot of people aren't on social media. You have people make millions of dollars through emails, millions, and you might think that you don't have anything you might not have a physical product. It might just be a service. You may just I don't know, you may be an event planner, and you may be running specials. Spring break is coming up. I don't know, the weather's get ready to change, right? And you want people to know this. You want people to consistently see that you're having sales. You want them to know what new inventory you added to your collection that you have available now. You may want them to see the last wedding, the last $20,000 wedding that you designed, because you need to stay connected with your audience. They need to know what it is you're doing. And you'd be surprised of how much money you can wake up to and how much money you generate during the day just by shooting emails, because you simply just give people reminders. I may post something and somebody will be like, they'll DM me like, yo, sis, I'm meant to give you a call, da da da. Like, I'm gonna call you tonight. You know, my aunt or somebody needs your help. I'm gonna call you today. Like, I'm glad you just posted because I forgot to call you. That's like, you can literally close the deal with small stuff. And speaking of emails, if you feel like some people don't tend to shy away from the email marketing because they may feel like it's too much or they harassing people and things like that. But this is the beautiful thing. It's your email system. It's your platform. This is your business. This is your life. You can do whatever you want. If people don't want your products or services, if they don't need you, then guess what? They can unsubscribe. And when they unsubscribe, it's even more better. One less person you done got rid of that don't need you. That's fine, because we don't want the people that don't need it anyway, right? We want the people that do need the information that we have. So be happy when you see somebody unsubscribe when you do a blast email or email campaign. Why? Because okay, now I'm really getting my list down to the people who really want to be here. That's the ones you want to shoot for and focus on and deal with, the people who really want your products and services and they want to support, and you're really helping them by adding value. Creating those automated systems is everything. You can also hire somebody. This is the number six thing. You can add more time to yourself, create a little bit more leverage in that, the balance of, home and business or life and business. Some people struggle with that. You can hire somebody, you can get you an intern, you can hire one employee, couple employees, you can have an assistant, you can hire your children, a little cousin that may not be doing nothing and you want to help him make some money. You can hire somebody to do things that you don't have that extra time to do, and it will help you out a lot. I know personally it helps me out a ton with just only the life insurance aspect of what I do. I love life insurance. I love being able to help families with life insurance and get those phone calls like, oh gosh, we finally, found a premium that we can afford every month, or I finally found a company that will cover my grandma, or different stuff. Like, guys, this stuff is life changing. Like, I love to do life insurance, but guess what? It comes with a lot of back end. So I would need help. I have to pay for help for my life insurance stuff because it's a lot of back end. If you're in the business credit, if you're a credit professional, you have back end things that you're going to need help with. You have to have you an assistant or some help, so you can always, always, always have fun while you're doing what you do and don't make it so draining. And then also too, if you have an assistant or you have employees, whatever type of help you have too, a thing that you can do that I leverage as well. I tend to have my help do the things that are not, or probably my weakest areas, what I consider. So I don't really have my help do my strong areas. I focus on my strengths and have them do the things that I feel like, this is not my area. You can do that. It's like that sometimes. Just get it done. And the next thing would be build your next offering. Once you have a system, a funnel, you have employees, you expand, you add more products, and then you upsell in emails and marketing. So once you have everything that you need set in stone, so in order to escape, change, in order to escape exchanging time for money. So you have a job, you're going to go work at your job, you're going to get paid at your job, and then you're like, I want to balance some income outside of work, or you maybe already balancing some income outside of work, but you might not quite have a system down to it yet where you could say, I'm really profiting $3,000 a month off this business now. You don't really know what you're profiting because as soon as you get the money, you're spending it. So when you have that system in place, you find a one skill set. So I said the skill set was going to be baking. We're going to work. That's what I was doing a lot. We're going to work and we're going to do bacon and dessert tables. That's going to be the thing that's going to create us some more income, right? So say that's my skill. So the next thing, okay, I love to bake. I have clientele, I have customers, I'm making good money with it. Now, what type of online or digital product can I create on baking? If baking was my skill thing, if I love to bake cupcakes and design cakes, what digital product can I create that can just automate me money on my website just like that? The first thing that I would say is let's see, what do people like? So from experience, I would say people love to learn how to do things themselves. They learn to people love different ways that you could show them and how to save money. So if you could, as a baker and a cake designer, if that's what that was your skill set, that's what you love to do, I would say I could create an ebook for families. You can make it for households. Like, don't just make it this is for teenagers or it's for you can say like households, like because you have women that love to bake cookies with their children, maybe after dinner, or they may do it on weekends, holidays, families. They bake cookies and different stuff together at home. So I would create something that would help them have more fun with it. I just gave you an idea, so that's a good thing. You can give them, oh, this is a good one too. If you are a baker, if that was your area, you can put in your ebook too different maybe online resources of where you purchase wholesale products from. That's a good one to create. You can create an ebook for other bakers or people in the catering industry. Good evening, and you can put make that ebook based on make put some resources in it. So give them the game. So you can say, I'm a, you'd be like, you're a baker. I've been baking for 5, 10 years. I know where to get all the dope stuff at for inexpensive, right? So create an ebook showing all the other bakers that's currently baking or want to get into the baking business. Give them a list like Girl Sell vendors list, or vendors list for the wigs, vendors list for clothes. You can put in the ebook a list of resources of online places or different wholesale stores where they can go to purchase stuff for the low. Baking supplies is expensive, and it's the number one way that in that industry people don't pay themselves enough money to see enough money. You have to know how to pay yourself. So you can teach people that if you've learned it. If you have an online wholesale that you use to purchase your box from, your cake boxes, something as simple as that. If you have an online vendor that you order your big cake boxes from, and everybody always looking for cake boxes, you go to Walmart or different little places, Michaels for last minute stuff, right? You can list. So make a list of places that people could go to and get their stuff for the low. You might get your decorating stuff from a company that give wholesale prices. Share it with other people. And that's something that you can charge something as simple as $20 a month, but you're already a baker. So other bakers are driven to you. You're going to put it out there and target people that are current bakers and people that are interested in baking. You're going to sell them things that will help them on that skill set. So that's just an idea of something that you can do to start to create your own products and get into a flow of making stuff that will consistently drive you some income from the digital standpoint. And then once you have your product, um, if you are a person that have more than one product, you can leverage the system in the game of upselling. That's a whole nother thing. And then also leverage the email marketing. And then the final step, reward yourself and have a celebration. Always, always, always celebrate goals, guys. So, and on the journey of, transitioning from not only exchanging time for money, but doing your side hustle, doing what you love to do on the side. Once you hit a small goal, always celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself, because guess what? You're going to be like, when you celebrate yourself and you feel so damn good about what you've done and didn't know you could do it and had no clue of how you was going to make it happen, but with God and with faith, and you just having that confidence to step out there and get it done, and you see that come together, you want to be like, well, you should be like, gosh, if I did that, what can I do next? That should be the mindset and the way that things should flow. So, guys, when it comes to trading time for money, it's really deep. So, just going to work and getting a paycheck and only knowing about earnings is no longer a thing. We can't get comfortable in that thing. It's coming down to, we have to have several different incomes. We have to have passive incomes. We have to learn this money thing. We have to learn how to maintain, manage, and multiply our money. We have to know how to maintain these things, because a lot of resources that was out there back in the day, these big pensions that cities and governments was giving for people, and if the jobs was given, is no longer available. So we have to get into setting our own financial foundation, knowing how to create freedom, and knowing how to get some things running to our bank account, besides just only on payday, when we know those funds we work for will come through. The way that I used to think of it is, I know if I go to work, I'm gonna get paid if I show up. So I already know that I'm gonna get paid for the job. So now it's like, what am I gonna do on my free time? What am I gonna do when I get off of work? What skill am I gonna start focusing on and try to learn, so that I can create some more money? I want some more money. I need some more money. Say that to yourself. I want some more money. I need some more money. You can have it. You will have it if you do the necessary, the unlearning and the mindset thing. So, guys, trading time for money cannot just be your only set of income. It can't. It cannot, and it should not. I just gave you guys 7 steps on things to learn to do to escape the mindset of only knowing how to exchange time for money. If you don't have a financial journal, I suggest you guys click the link in the bio and go get you one for $24.99. Thank you to everybody that's been sending me the DMs and the stories and tagging me on their books and getting their stuff in the mail. I'm very grateful and appreciative to you guys. And I'm so glad that it's been working for y'all and y'all been loving it. So use it, use it, use it, use it. I thank you all for the support. I really do. The last thing I want to leave you guys with is that if you've never been on my live before, if you're not a part of my email list, click the link in the bio and subscribe to the emails. This is Black History Month, and I'm doing a lot of inexpensive. I'm giving away a lot of my digital stuff for inexpensive. You can get it's a lot of things in there for free. A lot of cheat sheets that you can download for free. A one that's been doing really well is 60 ways to cut back. So I created a list, 60 creative ways to cut back on spending in various different areas. That has been a great one for people, because people are always looking for different ways to cut back or stop spending. Even people that have good spending habits, they're always looking for other creative ways to do different things to save money. So click the link in the bio and get you that cheat sheet with the 60 things on there for free. I'm more than certain you'll find a lot of those helpful. And also, too, for Black Friday, 50% off financial planning this month. If this is your first time, you've never been set in a room with Finance Muslima, and you never experienced none of my webinars or my trainings, the theme for this month is financial planning, because that's what we need to be focusing on, and appreciating all the opportunity that we're given and that we have, that our ancestors did not have, and we're not complaining. And even though we pass New Year's, it doesn't have to be necessarily a New Year's resolution. It's never too late. We're in February, but if you haven't set and got a financial plan done, or if you've never set with a financial coach or a financial advisor, you really, really, really need to get your financial plan done to get an overall view where you are in your life with your finances, period. And stop just saying, oh, I'm gonna just go to work and save all my money. I'm gonna just work and keep saving. It takes a system. You need to have a strategy to what you're doing, or it's not gonna work. And I know, because I've done it, and I've done it for years. And that's why I love to teach the one-on-one way, because it works. And I have clients that have results, and they consistently do, and it works. I'm super excited about sharing with you guys the results at the end of this month with the two ladies that I'm working with, the one-on-one coaching for free that I've done this month. I'm excited about that. Our first Zoom was tonight. So we're going to be sharing some stories, some testimonies, and some results of this new one-on-one coaching that I'm doing. And I picked 3 women that I was going to do it with for the month of February for free. One didn't show, so we had 2 ladies. So that's what we're working with too. My goal and my mission is to get results, 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 results. That's the mission. Don't focus on the money, focus on being an impact. So if you're not on the email list, if you don't have a financial planner, it's never too late, even though it's February. Click the link in the bio and get you guys one.